Hey buddy, it's me, Mommy. And if you see me on the screen, then you know what that means. I'm probably going to work today. That's okay. So let's see what book we got. It says the ABCs of physics, and physics is the study of like energy and matter and the interactions of that. So that probably sounds a bit advanced, but this book says it's going to break it down for us. So let's take a look. ABCs of Physics by Ferrie. Look at this. A is for atom. All things are made of atoms. Atoms are made of protons, electrons, and neutrons. Atoms can combine to make molecules. When atoms smash together, they create a nuclear reaction. So when all these atoms smash together, they create a nuclear reaction. B is for black hole. A black hole is a star so dense that not even light can escape its gravity. So think about the stars in the sky. The boundary where a black hole occurs is called the event horizon. Many physicists believe that a very big black hole exists at the center of our galaxy. C is for charge. Look at that, positive and negative. A charge can be a positive or a negative. Charge is the physical property of matter that causes electrostatic attraction and repulsion. So attraction, attract, and repulsion, repel. Attract, repulsion. Opposite charges are attracted and like charges are repelled. So today, take two magnets and see if you can get those magnets to stick to each other. What you'll find is the magnet might stick to the fridge, or the magnet might stick to another piece of metal, but the magnets will repel each other because of their charge. They have the same charge. So it has to be a positive and a negative. Boom. Okay? D is for diffraction. Diffraction happens when a wave hits an object. Waves can be made up of different things like liquid, light, or sound. When waves hit more than one object, multiple diffraction events can create beautiful designs called interference patterns. That's pretty cool. E is for Einstein. Look at this guy. Albert Einstein invented the theory of relativity. Einstein is considered by many to be the greatest scientist who ever lived. He made groundbreaking contributions to statistical physics and quantum theory. Smarty pants. F is for fusion. Fusion happens when two atoms collide and create a new atom. So basically, think about two atoms coming together and they made something new, something great. For some atoms, a lot of energy is created by fusion. The sun is constantly fusing hydrogen into helium. G is for gravity. Gravity is the force that brings us back down when we jump. Now, we learned about gravity before. So gravity, when you just jump up high and you come back down like this, whoa, that's gravity. That's gravity. It helps us come right back down. Gravity causes things to be attracted to each other, like the Earth and the Moon. Gravity keeps the Moon in the orbit around the Earth. H is for heat. Heat, like from a fire. Heat is a transfer of energy from something hot to something cold, right? Fire is hot and gives off heat to its cooler surroundings. The sun is very hot and gives heat to the earth. So think about the sun. Hot, heat. I is for ion, An ion is an atom that has more or fewer electrons than it has protons. So an ion has more or fewer electrons than it has protons. L or J is for joule. A joule is the standard unit of energy. So that's how we measure energy, is in joules. I'll have to read these bottom parts to you later, buddy. I'm sorry. K is for Kelvin, okay? And Kelvin is the standard unit of temperature. So again, Kelvin is how we measure temperature. How hot? How cold? L is for liquid. Liquid, solid, and gas are the three primary states of matter. This is true. So, if you go so far this way with the temperature, so very, very cold, it might become a solid, right? Then you go a little bit warmer and it becomes a liquid. Well, then a liquid, if you get a little bit hotter, it becomes a gas or even a vapor. M is for magnet. A magnet is something that creates a magnetic field. N is for Newton. A Newton is the standard unit of force. Made by Sir Isaac Newton. O is for optics. Optics is the study of how light interacts with matter. So think about optics and how light interacts with matter. So when we learn about rainbows, sunlight, we need rain and refraction, right? Kind of similar concept going on here. P is for photon. Photons have no mass and no electric charges. Q is for quantum. A quantum is the smallest unit of energy. The smallest unit of energy, just a teeny bitty, it's a teeny bitty quantum. R is for relativity. The principle of relativity is that some rules of physics are the same for every observer. Relativity. S is for string theory. String theory is a new theory of physics. I'll have to read this one with you. String theory combines quantum theory and relativity to explain how the universe works. It is the idea that everything is made of tiny vibrating strings rather than particles like protons and electrons. I just learned something new. T is for thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is the study of how we can use energy to do work for us. U is for uncertainty. Uncertainty is when we do not know something. That's true. V is for vacuum. Vacuum is a space that has nothing in it. There's nothing there. W is for wavelength. Wavelength is how far apart waves are, right? Measure it in a wave, like sound waves. X is for X-ray. X-ray radiation is a high energy light that we cannot see. I've had X-rays before. V is for yttrium. Yttrium is one of the many elements in the periodic table. And Z is for 0 point. 0 point energy is the lowest amount of energy a thing can have. Wow. Well, this is a pretty cool book. It has a lot in it, and it may seem a little bit over your head, but together we can find examples and we can figure out what a lot of this means. So anyway, ABCs of physics. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye, buddy.